Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, Call Halayim La, Alahayanawu, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Hawakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel in truth and in sincerity to the best of their ability given to them by Yahweh Bashim Shai, the 144,000 elect men, the true prophets of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, out here on the highways and byways, as well as at home making video epistles throughout the week, risking their safety day in and day out for this truth, battling the elements day in and day out for this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh Bashim Shai, Lord willing, fall upon your houses. Hey man, this video is ultimately going to be touching on some of those signs that we see, the signs that we were ultimately warned about and that we see happening right now, man, which also lets us know the times that we are in, letting us know that we are in the last days, man, the last days of the last days, 2 Esdras 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And we do that, and we've said this many a times, man, for those that don't know, hey, we do that by paying attention to the events that are taking place within the earth now, and we filter them through the scriptures, man. So if we see, a sign of, or the scriptures have talked about in the last days, there's going to be, perilous times, which is 2 Timothy 3:1, it says in the last days there shall be perilous times, and you go into perilous times, or you go into that word perilous, it pretty much means, dangerous times, man, and we're in those times, but there's signs that ultimately show you, or there's more signs than just that show you the times that we're in, and that's what we're going to get into. It says, and when thou seest a part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou well understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, and now these are two signs. It says uproars of people in the world. It said these are two signs, that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai wants us to pay attention to, to basically know the times that we're in, to basically understand the times that we're in, and we see these things happening all over the place, man. Earthquakes happening, basically rapidly throughout the earth, and upwards of the people, it's basically it's like a domino effect, man. You have upwards of the people going on, in certain places, and then the next thing you know, because of certain things, really it's this Crown Vic Royale, restrictions, you're not being able to work if you don't have the jab, not being able to go to grocery stores and buy food if you don't have the jab, your bank accounts being seized, or property being seized, you being kicked out of your house because you owe fines because of when lockdowns were happening, you owe a couple fines, and you haven't paid your fines, if you don't have the jab, they're ultimately, removing you from your job and giving you and putting you in unpaid leave, so on and so forth. All these unrighteous decrees are taking place, which is causing people to ultimately riot, man. To say, what, we're done dealing with this, man, because there's this especially here in America, man, this sense of freedom that has been, placed on the minds of the people, man. They're allowed to go choose what they want to eat. They're allowed to go pick the car they want to drive, pick the house and pick the area they want to live in, and so on and so forth, man. Really little things, man, all the way up to the big things, being able to pick what store you want to go to shop at, picking what pair of shoes you want, picking your clothes. There's a sense of freedom that has ultimately been established within the people, and these things are ultimately being taken away from these people, and these people are rioting, man. These people don't like, nor do they understand what is going on, man. But again, through the words of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, through the wisdom that he has given us through his word, hey, we, through the understanding, him bestowing that spirit upon us and giving us the understanding of the times that we're in, as well as more understanding, of why these things are happening. Hey, guess what, man? We understand why it's happening, and we're ultimately like, hey, this stuff needs to hurry up, man. We want these things to happen, man. We want to have people, riot and stuff like that, because again, that means what? We're one step closer to our goal, man. Which is what? Being delivered, man. Lord, will we be part of the elect? Hey, we're trying to get the fuck out of here, man. We don't want this place to, to further on. We don't want this place to prosper. We want these elites to hurry up and push that RFID chip, which is the MARK of the beast, so that way, everything can hurry up. We can, hurry up and get to the kingdom, man. Again, Lord, will we be part of the elect? That's what we're looking forward to, man. It says looking for and hasting the coming of the day of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. 2 Peter 3 and verse 12, man. Or I think it's verse 13, 12 or 13. That's what we look for, man. Wherein dwelleth righteousness. A new heavens and a new earth wherein dwells righteousness, man. Which is talking about the kingdom. We don't want this place to prosper, man. So when we see these signs, hey, it builds our faith, man. So I just want to get this video real quick. And Lord will, Lord will, it'll be edifying. I just want to play this video real quick. Now this, all right, so you see, over in the Netherlands, as you can read in the title, man, this is a protest in the Netherlands, which is as far as, what has what has been told, the Netherlands, the Finlands, Finland and Norway and so on and so forth. Hey, these are very calm and peaceful, sort of countries, man, that don't really be, causing any business. You don't really hear about them too much, man. But look, man, even in the calmest countries, you got uproars of the people happening, man, And again, the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua told us that these things were going to happen, man, And when these things happen, they let us know, hey, the times that we're in, and the time that we are in is in the last days, man. The last days of the last days, man, Which again should build our faith, man, because this lets us know that we don't have to sit here and continue in this fucking world, man. This world is going down, man. I don't know. It builds my faith, man. It really should build your faith, So I want to grab this 2nd Esdras 9 and 15. It says, I'll start at verse 14, 2nd Esdras 15 and 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Right? And these people aren't, necessarily going, to actual guns or anything like that. But we're still seeing that these people standing against each other, man. Hey, soon it's gonna come to that, man. Soon, these people are gonna, because of these restrictions, which are preventing people from able to buy, sell, so on and so forth, be able to work, be able to get in their own bank accounts. Soon these people are gonna, they're gonna say, fuck this shit, man. they're going to see the tyranny within the government, and they're going to ultimately, they're going to wig out, man. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princesses, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right, so things are ultimately going to get worse, man. Because of these restrictions, they're not going to just, be out here rioting. This is just the first step. Rioting is just the first step, man. Hey, what comes next, man? Everything starts to get worse, man. They try to do it one more time, and the rioting gets worse. They might actually use guns. They might actually use those swords, man. But then it's going to come to a point where they're going to say, fuck this shit, man. We're just going to go loot the local stores, man. Hey, shit's going to get crazy, man. People are going to be grabbing up food. People are going to be grabbing up any and everything that you can think of, man. Over in South Africa, which was like a couple months ago, hey, when they had that whole riot, damn near for the whole fucking city, hey, what happened, man? People were burning shit. People were taking TVs, fridges, anything that they could get their hands on, man. Because there was restrictions and preventing people from, being able to actually get food or anything like that, man. People went crazy over there, and we're gonna see these same things happen, throughout the world, man. Throughout these different countries, man. We're starting to see the beginning stages start to really, set over all of the earth. In many different places, but hey, that next step is coming, man, to where people are going to say, fuck it, I'm going to get what I need. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? Because again, the military is going to have to step in, because the local police, you see that there was more protesters than there were local police. When these people start to get, some cojones on them, man, when these people start to say, fuck it, you're small numbers compared to, all the protesters that are here, and start pushing back, hey, the local military ain't going to be able to do shit, man. Or the local police is not going to be able to do shit. The local law enforcement, hey, they're not going to be able to do shit. And who knows, man? When time starts to get really rough, hey, who knows? They might just say fuck it and go to protect their own house, man. They might end up just leaving the force, man, which we're seeing a lot of people, a lot of these police officers, we're seeing a lot of these medics, we're seeing a lot of firefighters, nurses, and doctors. Hey, they're leaving, man. They're quitting because they don't want to take the jab, man, So you're already, especially here in America, so you're already seeing a shortage of local law enforcement, man, which is going to make it almost damn near impossible, for protesters to be stopped, or rioters and looters to be able to be stopped. No, it's not going to happen like that, man. Shit is going to get worse. Shit is going to get a lot worse, especially here in America, because America is majority of where the places of all these local police, firefighter, all these essential workers are ultimately quitting, man. A lot of the can't go to the grocery store, you can't go to can't go into restaurants, you can't do this, that, and the stuff. Hey, that stuff is over in the other countries, majority. You still got some of that stuff here in America, but majority of that stuff that's happening like that is over in these other countries, like Australia. Now we're seeing it in the Netherlands. We see it in France, we see it in Germany, we see it in the UK. We're having all these places happen, in the European countries, man, as well as, again, like Australia and stuff, man, over in Africa, a lot of these things, restrictions on where you're able to go is over in these other countries, whereas a lot of restrictions on you having a job is here in America, man, and really, we're when this stuff hits America, man, it's going to be real fucking bad, man. It's going to be real freaking bad, because you're seeing a whole bunch of places go on fire, a whole bunch of places riot, and so on and so forth, but you're not seeing too much of that happen here in America, so when it hits America, it's going to be worse than what we're seeing just on TV about these other countries, man. It says, for because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right, man, because it's going to be a scary time for everybody, man. For the elect, the elect, they're going to be good, man. Lord, will we be part of the elect? Hey, we're going to be good in them times, man. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai told us in 2nd Esdras, Sirach, chapter 2, verse 2. It says, set that heart aright, constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble, man. Meaning not to wig out, man. To stay level-headed, Like he says in 2 Timothy 1:7, he gave us not the spirit of fear, but the spirit of power, of love, and of a sound mind, right? So we're going to be good, man. We're going to trust in the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai when shit starts to really break off. Well, everybody else, they don't have the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai, man. They don't have his word. They're not taking heed to his word. They don't know him. They don't know his name. They can't call upon his name in the time of trouble. So they're ultimately fucked, really. When shit starts to hit the fan, hey, they're gonna be done for, man. So when we start seeing these things, hey, we gotta understand that this is supposed to happen, man. These things are supposed to happen where people are gonna wig out, people are gonna start breaking in, to homes and stuff like that, which is the next verse I'm gonna grab right here. Is that a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, right? Your neighbor's going to ultimately look at you. You might have been friends 15, 20 years. Y'all might have grew up in the same neighborhood and moved into your own neighborhoods together, as friends, whatever, and that same friend is going to turn on you because he's going to sit there. It's going to be at that point, it's going to be every man for himself, man. And this is going into Jacob's trouble, man. It's going to be every man for himself. Every man is going to want his family to survive, and going to look at your family and be like, no, my family is more important than yours, and they're gonna, again, have no pity upon his neighbor, have no mercy, man, have no compassion. It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. So, hey, your neighbor, that same neighbor you've been friends with 15, 20 years, maybe if you haven't even been friends with your neighbor, hey, that neighbor, is still gonna break into your house, man. You're gonna put a gun in your face, gonna do this, gonna do that, whatever it may be, break into your house while you're asleep, kill you and your family, steal all your food, however it happens, this is going to happen. This is prophesied to happen. We just proved that the scriptures had talked about a time, of people, of rioting, people, protesting and so on and so forth. Well, guess what? We see it, man, proving that this word is living, man, that this is the living fountains of the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai, man. This is a living word, man, It says, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. Right, man? Because again, it's going to come to the point where because of these Crown Vic Royale restrictions, you're not going to be able to have a job, period. You're not going to be able to buy or sell. They're going to force that RFID chip, which is the MARK of the beast. And with the MARK of the beast, it tells you that unless you have that actual thing within your right hand or in your forehead, then you're not going to be able to buy and sell, man. Which again is Jacob's trouble. When they go to push that, that's the start of Jacob's trouble, man. I mean, we're already starting to see that build up, the build up of Jacob's trouble. But that peak, that when it starts to get real crazy is when they start to force the RFID chip, man. And this is what it's looking like it's coming to, man. And hopefully here soon, real quick, man. Because we see it, man. Through the spirit of Yahweh Shem El Shai, we see it. We know what's coming, man. And that's why you gotta watch, man. You gotta pay attention to what's going on. Ezekiel 3:17 says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. And now when you go into a watchman in the ancient times, a watchman would stand on those watchtowers, man, and look out afar off to see what was coming, the trouble that was coming. And that's what we're doing in the spirit. We're doing that same thing, man. We're telling you, hey, these things are happening right now. And as it says in Matthew the 24th chapter, the 8th verse, all these are the beginning of sorrow. So don't trip right now, because things are about to get worse, man. Just pray to Yahweh Shem El Shai, keep your head up, keep praying. Keep repenting of your sins that you have done in this life and in your past life, and your secret faults, as King David does, or as King David had done, says in Psalms, he prays for his secret faults. He asks for forgiveness for his secret faults, the stuff that you're not aware of what you're doing, Hey, man, we got to keep pushing, man. Again, keep having faith, man. To Son of man, I've made thee a watchman into the house of Israel. So like Israel, therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. So just as we're, we need to take heed, to the spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai. Y'all need to take heed to it too, man. So pay attention, man. See what's going on, man, and prepare, man. And the way you prepare is, by taking heed to the scriptures, man. Spiritually preparing, man. With that, I just want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Shem El Shai, Shem Kakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing the gospel and truth and their sincerity. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. May the election Yahweh Shem Yahshua willing upon all your houses. I want to say Kwame Sharala and Abba Shalom.